I'm Melissa Morgan.
And I'm Michael Brown, and we're here to observe the 50th anniversary of the assassination of President John Kennedy.
Okay, I was born here in Dallas and was 6 years old at the time of the assassination. It's my sister's birthday on that day, so she was 2 years old at the time. And growing up here in the city and having an event like that happen at that age and on my sister's birthday, it's something that's been a part of our lives ever since. So we made the effort to try to get down here today, and despite the weather and everything, we're glad we did.
Okay, go.
Yeah, in subsequent years, I really became a big fan of President Kennedy's. I studied his presidency, watched his speeches, and this country could really use a leader like that today. Hopefully we'll find one.
Well, I was in the 4th grade. I lived in a small rural town in Illinois, and I remember the teacher coming into the classroom and sending everyone home. My mom was very upset. She was a big fan of J.F.K, and as a result, I had become a big fan of his too, as much as you can be at the age of 9. But I just remember that feeling, and that it was such an important and time-changing event, and it was just so very sad. And if somebody had told me that 50 years later I would be living in Dallas and have the opportunity to attend this event, I would have told them they were crazy. But I'm here. I had to be here. My husband's ticket didn't get approved, so he dropped me off, and I'm here by myself. And but I'm not alone. You're never alone. There's always somebody who you can always find someone who is an admirer of JFK, and everyone remembers exactly where they were that day.
I am Kurt. This is my wife Susie, and we're here to honor the late JFK. Meant a lot to both our parents, and I remember where both of our parents were when he died. My father related to me that he was with the Air Force, and they actually summoned them out to Guard 35. And your father was...
He was making a delivery in Grand Prairie, Texas, and my mom was next door with a neighbor watching as the world turns.
And I just remember what a tragic loss it was for the country and that family.
Hi, I'm here because this is probably one of the most spectacular events that I've ever witnessed. I was 9 years old when Kennedy was killed. I was in Dallas when it happened, and it means a lot to me. I think it means a lot to the people of this country.
This means that the flame is still burning for until I'm gone. I'm going to be remembering this event and the whole event that happened back in 1963. There's a lot of issues that still need to be resolved about this. This Catholic president was shot and killed right here in front of a lot of people, witnesses, including the Secret Service, Dallas Police, and a lot of witnesses. And this case has still not been resolved, and I'd like to see it resolved before I bite the dust.
I'm here because JFK was a really great president, and I'm learning about him in my history class.
Well, first of all, I was here 50 years ago. I was 17 years old. I didn't see the assassination, but I did see the president drive by on his way to Parkland Hospital. So it's kind of a full circle.
Been here for this historical event I was also here for the 10th anniversary and the 20th anniversary and the 30th anniversary, the 40th anniversary, and now I'm happy to be here for the 50th anniversary.
It's really nice to be here, you know, being a part of history, you know, even though I wasn't there for the actual event. It's really nice, you know, be here and witness and learn about it from a younger person's perspective.
Okay, we just came here to cover the 50th anniversary of the Kennedy assassination because we think the Kennedy was not just one of the American presidents, he was the icon of the 20th century, I believe.
Well, this is the president who leaves us with a lot of questions and answers, even for the 21st century. We still don't know anything.
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm here at the J.F.K. Dallas. I'm from Tampa, Florida. He's one of the greatest leaders. It's a tragedy, and came out here to pay my respect and also get some good photographs and learn as much as I can.
We'll be here.
As far as my recollections of this moment, what I think back on is the fact that my dad had an opportunity to meet John F. Kennedy June 29th of 1962, and he gave a speech together in Mexico City, and from that, you know, a relationship was built. So for me, what this moment means is what Kennedy did for society as a whole in the space program. A lot of people have no idea what the space program brought to the world as a whole, but so many technologies came from that effort that it can never be weighed. The expense that we incurred is a drop in the bucket for what the value that's coming out of it today.
Can I get your name and where?
What this event means to me is that Dallas is finally doing something beautiful to commemorate this terrible tragedy. And I'm here because my family loved JFK. We're Catholic Italians. And my father loved him very much, and because of JFK, I joined the Peace Corps, which changed my life. So I'm very grateful to the President, and I'm here today to honor his memory and his legacy.
This is a very special day. John F. Kennedy was a great man, and I was privileged to have met him on a couple of times. I was at his funeral. I was at his, when they had him lying in stake at the Capitol. He's a great man, and he did an awful lot for our country. Thank you.
Hi, I'm a journalist at a paper about an hour and a half from here, and I'm very grateful to be a member of the media and to be allowed to attend this event that not very many people are getting to go to. And I think 50 years from now, when they do the 100th and I can look back and see that I was here, it's going to be something really special.
I'm Fawn Washington, and I'm here because I fell in love with Kennedy and the whole conspiracy assassination theory since I did a research paper in '93. I wouldn't miss this for the world. I was just here for my birthday in June, and I'll probably be back in a couple of months to go back to the museum.
Hello, I'm Philip Vasquez from South Texas.
And I'm Lucy DiGiorgio, transplanted to Texas from New York.
We're here to memorialize the passing of JFK. I was young when he died, and remember, Lucy was not alive, but it's an honor to be here and quite moving.
Certainly wish we had a leader like that today in the White House.
Well, for myself, I wanted to be here. It was an honor to be selected to come to in the recognition of the memory of President Kennedy. I think for me it was a shock for the nation, as well as a reverberation of all of the disappointment of someone killing our president. So I have actually visited the Eternal Flame in the Washington area, so it's really an honor. We were selected to come down, and I just wanted to help share in the memory of, I think he was a great president for his short amount of time that he was on the earth, but he was working on a lot of things. So, you know, it was a lot of uprising and turmoil during that time, from the civil rights era to him, and actually he started Americans thinking about the volunteering, you know, so during that time. So it's just a great honor to be selected to come down and share in the memory of which I think was one of our great presidents.
Okay. To me, I think it's a very honor to be here today because I'm from Wichita, Kansas, and at that time I was a housewife, and it's just a blessing to be here in the memories of our president, and it's just, I just thank God that he have let me live to be here, because I think I was about 19 at the time he got assassinated, and he was a great president, and we lost a great man. So I'm just happy to be here, and I really am honored to be one of the 5,000 ticket holders that they gave out for us to be here today, and it's just great to be here.
We're very honored to be here for the J.F.K. Memorial. It's just a pleasure. They were such special people, he and Jackie, and it's really emotional.
I miss you. Hello, we are here because President Kennedy had a really good relationship with Emperor Haile Selassie, and we're from Ethiopia, so we're just here to be part of history. 50 year. Awesome.
Hi, my name is Mike O'Neill. I'm from Ottawa, Canada, and I came down here for the JFK Memorial because when I was 18 years old, I studied political science, and our first lecture was on the JFK assassination, and I always wanted to come down and see this place for myself and see where the events took place, and to come down here and honor the memory of my favorite president, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey Elliott. I'm from Ottawa, Canada. I came down to the JFK to pay my respects to a great president.
Well, I'm here because my first recorded memories of my life was this weekend when I was 2 years old. My birthday was November 24th, and I kind of vaguely remember the sadness, so thought I'd do a roundabout.
Yeah, we come out today for the 50th anniversary of the assassination of President Kennedy. I was 22 years old when he was assassinated back in 1963, and today I just want to be here because of the historical event. It's part of our history, and we're standing right now on the grounds where this took place at, and so it's just an important event to be at. This took place here that nobody would have thought would have happened, but it happened right here on the ground where we're standing at. And so we're just here to remembrance of this historical event that took place 50 years ago.
Hi, my name's Wilson. I'm here because I grew up in Dallas, and this is a big, important event for Dallas, and I like to be there for important events for Dallas, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Thanks.
I think John F. Kennedy has left a legacy to our country, and we wanted to do something for our communities, and that's one reason I became a teacher.
This event to me is more like a marking in history, things that I learned from my parents and my grandparents. I'm 22 years old and I lived in the suburbs of Dallas, so it's always been around, but attending this makes it more real and more concrete, and it's pretty solemn, I gotta say.
Okay, well, I'll tell you that I remember it because I was in Nebraska teaching history in college at the time, and I've been a college history teacher all this time, so the assassination was the beginning of the 1960s as far as I'm concerned. What we call the wild 60s started in 63 and ended with the resignation of Nixon. And everything that followed through after this kind of stemmed, I think, from this event. I think it's very significant in that sense. do it.
Hi, it's one of the things I remember most about when I was a child. One of the few memories I have of young. I was 9 or 10, and we were in school, and I remember we all cried, and we watched it the next 3 days on TV in a small black and white TV. It's just something I've never forgotten.
What this means to me is closure. When I was in the 7th grade and heard this in Abilene, Texas, I was devastated. I came home, my mother was folding the newspapers because she did my brother's routes, and that is a vivid memory I will always have, is her crying doing the newspapers. So this is closure for me, and this is a peaceful thing, and I'm really proud to be here.
Friend here, we haven't seen each other for 17 years.
Hi, it means a lot to be here in this historic moment, in this historic place. Even though it's so sad, I've been covering it all week at the paper that I work for, the Tyler Morning Telegraph, and so it's just, this is a culmination of knowing a lot of, looking at his life and reflecting on the man that he was, and not just maybe the moment.
How do you
it's more
feel
than the
about
moment.
the turnout for this?
Hello. We're with the AmeriCorps and CCC. We're actually a part of the FEMA Corps, which means we work directly with FEMA, specifically on disaster relief efforts, and it's just a year spent in service to try and make the country a better place, and I don't know, we got some cool benefits out of it at the end.
That's it.